Welcome to the end of April. Hard to believe that we're at this point. I think I say that every group. I should just understand that time flies by. We're heading into May, which is National Foster Care Month. And so we kind of want to recognize our foster parents and all the hard work they do. So we're going to pull in that topic. But as always, we're going to start with some fun today, recognizing that Charisma is with us, but her computer is struggling, and so we're just gonna give a moment of silence for her poor computer today. Um, so our icebreaker is a little bit different today. There's multiple questions, and they are meant to spark controversy. And so I I encourage you, you can all just kind of unmute. I want to hear you kind of not shout at each other, but just blurt out your answers. And I would love to hear you convince people to come to your side. Okay? So here we go. Salty or sweet?
I mean, both. I can't have one without the other.
That's a hard one for me because it depends on the circumstances.
Fair. I think I'm always going sweet over salty if given the option. I have a huge sweet tooth.
Yeah, I'll lean sweet.
I also lean sweet, but I also prefer to have the both. Like if I'm gonna go into the gas station, I'm probably grabbing one of each.
Mhm.
That's fair.
I mean, like, how can you live life without chocolate covered pretzels? Like, what is going on here? Excuse me, like, I need my salt and my sweet, but like, if I'm like forced, like, I have no choice. I'm going sweet all the way because, like, cake, coffee, um,
Mm.
sweet treats, like, oh,
I will
All right.
say, I do often tell people that I wasn't born with a sweet tooth. I was born with all sweet teeth.
Oh, well.
I actually think if I'm forced, I'm going salty, to be honest with you. But again, it's circumstantial.
All right. Domino's or Little Caesars?
Domino's.
Domino's.
Or real pizza.
I was gonna say neither. I don't
But you
eat
know
fast
what?
food pizza. I prefer my New Haven pizza.
So my family calls Domino's, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut. We call it faux pizza. That's literally what it is referred to. And we will say, like, tonight we're getting faux pizza. Because I feel like sometimes a faux pizza from Domino's, not Little Caesars, that's trash. From Domino's, it just hits. Like sometimes you just want fake pizza. You don't,
Yeah.
I hear you, Riley. It's way better. Real
It's a
pizza,
very
yes.
specific craving.
Yes, I agree.
I
Sometimes you
don't think
just
I've
want
ever
faux
had the
pizza.
fake pizza. Like in college,
I'm
people
gonna be
used to order
real,
Domino's just
Riley.
on the meal plan. And I used to just look at it, and I'll eat the lava cakes from Domino's. That's like the only things I'll eat from
What
Domino's.
about the breadsticks?
They have breadsticks?
I don't
Or
think
they
I've
don't?
gotten
Or
those.
the,
I've only ever
yeah,
seen like
the,
other people order it. Like my family never, not that we're organic and healthy over here, but we just don't order out of the things we order. We do not order that.
So
So I
I
don't think I've
think
only ever
Riley
seen
is
it.
trying to say that she's better than us because
Oh,
faux
Charisma.
pizza. Because
Come on, I'll
excuse
be at the
me,
Taco Bell drive-through
who
every
don't
single day,
who
but
don't go to
not
Domino's and get a
not Little
nasty
Caesars or
I, I'm
Domino's.
gonna throw out there, Mindy, you woke up and chose violence today with this question. So you now got what you asked for. You now got violence, okay? I'm just saying, this is on you. But I'm
wait,
telling.
because they get more intense.
Oh, geez. Listen, Riley, here's my 2 cents, okay? We converted Talia to Jersey Mike's. We will convert you to Domino's. We will get there. Lauren, talk about controversy. Let me tell you, we had a whole 20-minute conversation and consultation convincing Talia to try Jersey Mike's the other day. She did. She
No.
loved it. She's
I
here
even
for
See,
it.
I've
told,
had
I
it, and
convinced
you
my whole
can't convince
family,
me.
and my dad
You
didn't like
can't
it.
you can't convince me to that's the one thing you can't convince me to eat any meat on the sandwich that doesn't have boar's head meat on it.
Just mute Lauren and continue, Mindy.
All right, ready? Over or under for your toilet paper?
Over. Next
Over.
question.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I more care
Shut
about
up, Riley.
the thickness of toilet paper is what
Oh.
matters for me, not the direction. I need it to be thick, not thin.
I think the people who buy the Scott, like the thin toilet paper, I don't know why I think I'm gonna be so real. I think that that is self-harm.
I I can't disagree. I really Listen, I'm as cheap as they come, but there is something about that cheap toilet paper. It's just not it. It ain't it.
I think you use more of it. You end up with the same. It's the same. No.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
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 I
Unless
feel
I want
awkward when
something
they
like
go or I ask for
fizzy,
Coke
Pepsi.
and then they ask if Pepsi's okay, and I have to say
No.
I change my soda order if it's Pepsi.
I feel like they changed the taste of Pepsi because that was my go-to, and now it's like Coke now. Mm-hmm.
All right. Venmo or Zelle?
So.
Zell.
Zell.
Depends what I'm doing. That sounds weird.
I don't even have
Depends on
Venmo.
who I'm getting.
I don't even
Depends
have
on who
Venmo
I'm
on my
sending money
phone.
to or getting money
Neither do
from.
I don't have Venmo either, Mariah. Yeah, same. All right, ready? McDonald's or Chick-fil-A fries?
McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. McDonald's. Whoa. No. No. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. 1000%. We are not saying that McDonald's fries are better than Chick. Oh, you know what? I'm
They
leaving.
are.
They
I'm
are.
leaving. I'm leaving. I
They're
am leaving.
saltier.
Listen, I know it's a hot take, but people who say they don't like McDonald's, they are lying to themselves. McDonald's is delicious. It's delightful. I don't want to hear it.
I can't. No, I love McDonald's. Okay, you want to know why the fish fillet is still at McDonald's? It's because of me. I will eat a fish fillet. Okay, that's not the problem. I love McDonald's, but you're not gonna sit here and tell me in my face that Chick-fil-A fries are not better than McDonald's
They
fries.
are not.
I'll tell you exactly though why I prefer McDonald's fries, and it's very specific. It's that shoestring fries are my favorite kind of fries.
I just think Chick-fil-A fries are they're too potato-y for me. I don't want to eat a potato. I want a French fry.
That's if I want to eat a potato, I'm gonna get steak fries
Right, I'm gonna eat a potato. I'm not gonna eat
or a
Chick-fil-A
potato.
fries.
Okay, so just say you don't know how to eat good fries.
Wait, here's an even more controversial question. Hold on. Sorry, Mindy. I'm derailing you now. McDonald's sweet and sour sauce or Chick-fil-A sauce?
Sweet and sour. I have a drawer of it.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
I have a drawer of it.
Nah. Chick-fil-A.
Lord,
I always
Chick-fil-A.
order extra.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
I hoard it. I ask for more every time I go. I literally have it in my fridge.
Which one?
McDonald's sweet and sour sauce.
Yeah, okay. It's in my
100%.
silverware drawer. There's a whole pile.
100%.
My favorite sweet and sour sauce was Wendy's, but they don't have it anymore. They discontinued it, and it broke my heart.
Dora, you're missing out. Go to McDonald's. McDonald's
Yeah.
sweet and sour sauce is elite. Okay, sorry, Mindy. Derailed.
That's quite all right. All right. Boston or New York?
New York. Shut up.
Oh, sorry, New York
Boston.
City. Boston or New York City?
Boston.
Boston.
I'm gonna leave the chat.
My answer is it depends. What it depends. It depends what I'm doing, what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Don't get me. I'm gonna mute myself.
Mindy, you really woke up and chose violence today.
Told you this was gonna get spicy. Walmart, Target, or Amazon?
Hold up.
This is a hard one because I
Very hard.
buy different things from different
Yeah.
store.
Okay, I go to Target the most, so I will say Target.
Although Target, I'll say Target because Target price matches. So if it's cheaper at Walmart, you just tell Target to change the price for you.
They do?
They do.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
look at Lauren. She's like,
No, I'm not still. I still will get certain. I only get certain things at like. I get mostly everything on Walmart because you guys know I'm a hermit. Or not Walmart, at Amazon because I'm a hermit. But then I'll get the only thing I really get from Walmart is over the counter like meds.
They're
So
cheaper.
like the Equate brand for like Prilosec or Pepcid because I have acid reflux or Advil
Financially sound. It's a good decision. Walmart's
because
cheaper.
it's like the same. It's all the same.
I feel like Talia, you were ready to jump in on this.
The Target because I could pay with my phone. Because at Walmart
That's
you
true.
can't pay with your phone.
That's
I'm
true.
convinced
And I
there's a
forgot my
reason.
wallet one day at Walmart and I couldn't pay for anything. I was like, no.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think there's some weird reason behind it. I don't know it, but I feel like Walmart's so big. Like, there's got to be a reason they're not doing the touch to
So
pay.
they don't
What it is, I
want to
don't
pay
know, but
they don't want to pay the fees associated with Apple Pay or anything
Yep,
like that.
yep.
That's all it boils down to.
But they have Walmart Pay, and it's very convenient because if you do Walmart shopping online and you save your card there, you could just use the app to scan for Walmart Pay. And
Dora, you're better than me.
it gives you like I don't know like cash back after a while. So one time I used $10 of my cash back, but through the app.
Work smarter,
Yeah.
not harder. I support it.
I don't
All
do
right.
any of that.
Last two. Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Dunkin',
Dunkin'.
Northeast.
Duncan.
Dunkin',
Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
Starbucks has lost my
Patronage.
yes, they removed my recipe of mango dragon fruit and they done this for multiple of my drinks, so I'm no longer going to Starbucks. Dunkin' is my go-to now.
They removed my very berry years ago. It was really tough.
Yes, that was my
Starbucks burns their
Really tough.
beans. I'll say that. The beans taste burnt.
Oh, their coffee's god awful.
It's horrible. See, you're drinking Dunkin'. I have a Dunkin' cup. My coffee is Dunkin'.
If you guys could see me, you would see me drinking
But-
Dunkin' too.
Dunkin' with the Starbucks straw.
I love that for you.
I actually prefer Starbucks coffee, but
I was like, Mariah, you might be alone.
yeah,
I do like
prefer Starbucks coffee.
the K cups of the Pike Place one are good. But when I go to Starbucks, it just tastes burnt.
But I like Dunkin' too. Like I'm not a Dunkin' hater at all. I get Dunkin' all the time.
One of my favorite
Yeah, I've
things
only ever
about
seen you with
Starbucks
Dunkin'.
is that your whatever drink you get is the same across all the Starbucks. Dunkin',
Dunkin',
That's fair.
you just never know.
Starbucks is also way out of the way for me. Like Dunkin' is like right on the way to the highway. So when I'm going like to visits or the office, Starbucks is out of the way. Like, and I can't be bothered with that.
The only thing I really love there is their grilled cheese.
All right, last one. Apple or Android?
Apple.
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 I had this question yesterday.
I
Apple.
really miss my Samsung, to be honest, because it's so much more customizable. But I have an iPhone because then I can be part of the shared gallery of my niece and nephew.
Aw.
That's the only reason that I've had an iPhone for the last 5 years.
Right, you're
Uh,
shaking your head.
No, I prefer Android so much, hands down, 100%. I hate iPhones. I hate them.
I really
Hate
want
them
to
with
try one of the
guts.
ones they've banned here because I've heard those ones are phenomenal. The ones that come out in China and the batteries
Yeah.
last forever and they have all these good features. So US just said nope.
Not gonna lie, Felix is also a brand ambassador for Samsung, so
Yeah, I prefer it 100%. I had the Galaxies for a
work.
while and now I have a Google Pixel and I will never go back.
Really?
hmm
Never tried a Google Pixel. I miss my Samsung, the Galaxies that I
Well,
had.
and a Google Pixel is Android, so it's very similar, Lauren.
Mhm.
And also, you can share your Google image galleries with everybody across platforms.
Oh, that's my other thing that's so annoying still is that sending between a video between Android and iPhone is like might as well just throw a potato at the window and just be like, "Here, hope you can see my video." Because my brother has an Android, and so if he sends a video of my niece and nephew, I'm just like, "Sure, I guess that's them."
I throw a potato at the window. Okay.
I'm gonna try that one day, just see what happens.
That's my takeaway from today.
Well,
I'm
I
also,
hope
can I just say, I'm gonna have a hard time moving into this meeting because I'm still really upset about the Boston thing. And that took me from 0 to like 150.
I literally have no segue.
100%.
Like, I don't know how to move into the topic. I got nothing. Like,
So
I'm
mad.
still holding on to the fact that y'all think Chick-fil-A fries are better than McDonald's fries. Personally, myself,
no, Mariah, I'm on your page. I'm on
I
your
have not
page.
moved past that. So me, you, and Lauren are on that same page. Everybody else,
Oh.
y'all are monsters. I don't know.
Monsters. Oh, we gotta fight. Actually,
I
let's
thought
fight.
You guys will see who wins, I guess.
I've said that a man could be the greenest green flag on the face of the planet, but if I see him with a Red Sox hat or a Patriots jersey, anything, I don't care. You're done. Get
No.
out.
Who knew Lauren felt
Could
this
never
strongly?
do it. Well, I'm from New York,
I know that's fair.
so
Like,
All right. So
Mindy, how are you gonna do this? How are you gonna do this? How are you gonna do this?
I mean, I literally have no segue. So, I mean, I hope everybody, as you watch us debate, you have some ideas for fun conversations in your families. It is kind of
No,
funny to
everybody's
me.
gonna pick a fight with us now,
I was
right?
just gonna say that. I was
We're
just
gonna
gonna
start
say
big
I'm
fights with
gonna
us.
walk into sessions next week and people are gonna be like, "What? McDonald's over chicken?" It's gonna be a whole thing. But amazing. We're gonna have great conversation as a result of it.
I do hope that that everybody watching this does enjoy this part. I personally really enjoy it. I think it adds some levity to some really difficult topics, and I like that it shows us as humans, not just as staff that come in and do work. And so hopefully, Mariah, hopefully to your point, this will add some talking points to your next upcoming sessions and texts with everybody. So that all being said, you do go into foster homes. We do work with foster families, and we couldn't do this work without them. And so May is National Foster Care Month. And we want to just take a minute to recognize that being a foster parent is a journey. And a lot of the times when we do this work, we talk about tips for working with the youth, tips for working with the system, but really want to take this group to talk about what it's like to be the foster parent. What are the emotional, what is the emotional roller coaster that foster parents go through? What is our perception of being a foster parent, and get feedback as you do go forward working with foster parents. Are we off our rockers? Is our perceptions wrong? Because that's the only way we learn is by having these conversations with our foster parents. And so I guess my first question for everybody is, why do you think people become foster parents? What have you heard as you're doing your work? I mean, Dora, Michelle, you're having conversations with them as they inquire. What are we hearing? Why are people becoming foster parents?
For
I
me, I've heard, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead,
Charisma,
Charisma.
go ahead.
I've heard that like they've had past experiences with the system and they want to be the kind of parent that maybe they didn't necessarily have, or maybe just show them the kind of love that, they experience to offer these children support while they're in the system as well. I've also heard that like they had like some kind of calling, like maybe they saw these kids in need and they were like, I want to help. So I feel like those are like the two main ones I've heard so far.
Thanks.
Yeah, I've doing a lot of like the recruiting, the inquiry calls. A lot of parents they wanted to make a difference and they didn't know how, and then they've heard stories, they've seen it on social media. So wanting to make that difference in a child's life is what I've heard a lot.
I have also heard the same, and just wanting to help, um, having that calling sometimes too, like where families like their children are now out of the house, and they want to be able to help kids that are not able to return home. And I recall one foster parent saying like, "Oh, it makes me feel young. They help me feel energized." So.
I also sometimes hear people coming from like similar careers, like maybe they didn't work specifically with foster children, but they worked with, mentoring youth or older adults in some other way. Maybe they worked in like a group home or with mental health services. And same thing, it seems to be a calling after they did similar work.
Like Michelle was saying, like foster parents say they have extra love, space, time, and all the resources to offer other children that need it.
Yeah, I think Talia, I hear that too, right? Like especially empty nesters where their kids have gone off and they still feel like they have something to give. Um, all right. So as we think about the reasons that people come forward, I mean, there's a whole bunch of challenges that come with it. Like, they're all coming in with good intentions, but then there's sort of this reality to it, right? And so what are some of those challenges?
One of the ones I hear sometimes is, you've opened your home to this child and you've given them everything, you ever could think they wanted or needed, and it's like not going well, it's not going perfect. And I think most foster parents are able to recognize that these youth are coming from very unique experiences, and coming into a new home is a lot for any youth. And I think it's, remarkable that they're able to see both sides of it, that they open their home for someone, and maybe in the beginning it's not going so well, but at the same time they're able to recognize that it's struggles of the youth's past, and it's not always a reflection of them or the youth, and that they're able to work together in the end and make it all work out. But in this, from the get-go, from the beginning, it can be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, just to piggyback off that, I think it's a clashing sometimes of those perspectives, right? We talked about how foster parents, people who become foster parents have all this love to give. They want to help, they want to make a difference. And sometimes the kids that are being placed with them don't want to be loved. They don't want to be helped. They don't want any of that. And so I think sometimes that clashing of those two perspectives can be difficult at the beginning to work through.
Yeah, Mariah, I agree with you. And I think sometimes it's not about what the children want so much as where they're at, right? Maybe they do ultimately want it, but they're scared. There's the loyalty factors. They're just not ready to accept it. And so it's understanding that piece. And that's hard. That's hard because it probably feels like a lot of rejection. Um, and rejection, regardless of whether it is directed towards you or not, that is a very difficult emotion to walk with. Other thoughts on challenges?
I feel like the challenge that I've come across just a couple of times, or at least like in conversations with foster parents, is around the fact that like a lot of these times, children are reunified back to their original caretaker, and that struggle alone tends to be a lot for the foster parent, knowing that they put in all this time and love and energy and effort into stabilizing them as best as they could, and having this fear in the back of their mind that maybe things will go south again, something bad could happen, so on and so forth, and knowing that they're being removed from their home, um, to be reunified. I feel like that's a really big struggle for them. And I see it, like I understand it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a loss.
I was just going to say, aside from a loss, there's so much uncertainty that comes with it. You're pouring your heart into these kids, and vice versa. These kids are there day to day. They're opening up, they're accepting all of that. And sometimes nobody knows what the future is going to look like. Nobody knows what the next thing is going to be, whether it is reunification, to your point, Charisma. And then there's the fear of what happens. But sometimes it's just nobody knows. And so it's sort of living in that gray area and uncertainty, which can be difficult for both the kids and foster parents.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I feel like, okay, cool. And so you guys just talked about this huge array of emotions that come with fostering. And so what are some of the strategies that not just, I mean, that FCA can offer, but also in general that are out there that can assist foster parents, because it is truly an emotional roller coaster for them. So what are some thoughts on strategies, um, opportunities, things that foster parents can do to help them with all of this? Because they truly do come into this with good intentions, and we just talked about all of these different things that they face, challenges.
I think early on, it's just working really hard, easier said than done. I acknowledge this, to not take things personally, right? When we talk about these kids coming in and being scared, mad, angry, coming across that they don't want the support, they don't want the attention or all of those things, just recognizing that it's not about the foster parents on a personal level, and working to not take those things personally, but understand where that youth is coming from and what they're bringing with them into the situation.
What about support groups? Does anybody feel like those might be helpful for foster parents?
I imagine that would be really helpful. I'm sure people have their friends and family, but unless you're also a foster parent, you can I always forget the difference between empathize and sympathize. You can you're
You
not
could do
experiencing
both, Riley. You could do both. It's okay.
Well, one of them is that you've experienced it, and the other one is you haven't experienced it, but you can still offer, your condolences or your support. So I feel like you can only get so much support for people who aren't experiencing it. But if you could find a group of other foster parents, I feel like that's the best way to, talk about it. That way they can really understand it better than other friends can.
It's a great point. Can we demystify individual counseling a little bit? Because I've certainly worked with foster parents in the past, and I think all of us on here probably have, where we've maybe suggested, hey, maybe some counseling for you, a place where you can go and talk about how stressful this is, how invasive the system is. And I think my perception is that foster parents feel that by getting individual counseling, there's something wrong with them. And so can we talk a little bit about demystifying that it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you?
I've even had this conversation with some youth because sometimes we recommend individual therapy for youth, and I always explain it as any other doctor. If you got a really intense surgery, you'd probably be seeing a PT, you'd be seeing your surgeon, you'd also have to deal with insurance. The list can go on and on. So this is the same thing. You have all these doctors, but you can have a doctor for any part of your body, and it's not a bad thing to have a doctor for your brain versus your foot versus your hand. It's just an extra form of support and someone who can really be there for you. And I understand the stigma is there to, kind of frown upon it, but it's just an extra way to get support, and it's always worth a try, I think.
I think the analogy of the whole, which we've probably all heard a million times, but the whole um put your oxygen mask on before you put it on somebody else. I think it's not about whether there's something wrong with anybody per se. It's about you got to be okay yourself. You have to be processing your own stuff. You have to be working through your own stress if you're going to be able to do this really big thing, specifically to foster parents, to support these kids. This is a huge undertaking. And if you're not okay, how can they be okay? So I think just finding that space to put your own oxygen mask on for a minute can be very beneficial.
Yep, practicing self-care without guilt. Taking a break to prevent burnout, taking care of themselves, exercising, taking a walk. Like it's okay to step away and take a breath and come back. It's good.
Yeah, and I think Talia, to your point, normalizing that taking time to spend 45 minutes talking to somebody about the things you have going on is just that. It is just another form of self-care. Like that's exactly what it is, and that's part of why it can be beneficial.
Ooh, thank you. Yeah, I think it is so there is that stigma around it. And there is that aspect of that self-care, just being able to vent um is huge, right? And it doesn't have to be counseling doesn't just have to be because you faced a tragedy. It can be from normal, typical everyday stresses. To have that place to go to someone who's neutral, and just be like, this is terrible. Okay. Last thing, if you could say one thing to a foster parent about what they are doing, what would you say to them? Could be profound, could be simple, could be silly.
I think I would just say that what they're doing is such a kindness. It's not something nice, it's something kind. And that I think even if even if a kid never says it, there's a lot of gratitude there. And if it doesn't come from them, then it at least definitely comes from us. Um, I have a lot of gratitude for our foster parents and other foster parents who don't work with us, of course, because it's a big deal. And sometimes a kid needs is a consistent adult in their life, and to be able to provide that and just even just try is a lot more than what they've often had in the past.
Thank you, Lauren.
In a very human, transparent, and not clinical way, I've often said to a lot of our foster parents that I think they're actual saints, and I just respect the hell out of what they navigate on a day-to-day basis. It exhausts me sometimes. And so, again, just full transparency, I don't know that I could manage what they manage on a day-to-day basis, and I just respect the hell out of it.
They are truly making the lasting difference in every kid's life, and they're giving them the love, the patience, the consistency, everything for them.
Other thoughts? Do you guys hear me say it all the time? Foster parents hear me say it all the time. My biggest line to them is thank you for all you do.
I feel like I wish I had like a bigger word than thank you. I feel like thank you doesn't even encompass it. For providing something that a child might have never had without you, and to open your home for us to invade your space every week. And again, like thank you doesn't even encompass it. I need a bigger, better word than thank you because you're doing more than we could ever imagine.
I mean, you're right, Riley. I agree with that statement. All right, well, because we don't have a bigger word, uh, one more time, thank you for all you do, and we will see you next month.